Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal. What an amazing week it was for us, getting that win against Crystal Palace on Friday and having the entire weekend just enjoying other teams playing, and we got to see Man United losing as well. Perfect weekend in my eyes. So we will be talking about the latest transfer news. We still know we need to add a couple of players into that squad. We saw the bench the other day. It's not as strong as we want it to be, although the likes of Fabio Vieira, Tomiyasu could all be back this weekend, which will make us stronger. But if we get another 2-3 players, then we will be definitely challenging for maybe even top 3, who knows, and maybe the Europa League and the other cup competitions. But in this one, we will be talking about the latest on Yuri Tielemans, Pedro Neto, Diaby, and also any other transfer news that will come up as I talk about this one. So let's get started. Let's start with Pedro Neto. What's the latest on this guy, Pedro Neto? So I just saw him playing against Leeds over the weekend, and he was absolutely exceptional. We will take a look at his stats from the weekend. But according to reports, Arsenal are linked to Pedro Neto from Wolves. Now, we have been linked to a couple of players from Wolves before, most notably Ruben Neves, but we never actually ended up getting him. I remember they wanted Maitland-Niles from us. We never actually sold him to them. So here's the news from that. If Guedes joins Wolves, Guedes is a Valencia player, it could potentially pave the way for Pedro Neto to join Arsenal. So something with this one, I'm definitely sure it won't be cheap. Now, I've always been skeptical about this one because of his injury problems from last season. I'm never a fan of signing a player who just come back from a one-year injury or consistent injuries. But this season and during preseason, he seems to have recovered. He looked very, very good in preseason, and so far during the season against Leeds, the one game they've played, he's looked very, very good and he's looked very promising. And we are looking for a winger. We've been told that we are looking for a secret winger. They are in talks with a couple of wingers, and the last 2-3 weeks we've been linked to numerous wingers. And if you look at the last 2 months, if you had Rafinha and all those guys, we have been linked to so many wingers. Personally, I still believe we need a midfield instead of a winger, but hey, if we add a winger, all good. So here are Pedro Neto stats from the weekend. According to Statman Dave, 100% tackles won, 64 touches, 8 crosses, 5 out of 9 dribbles completed, 3 long passes, 3 shots, 2 chances created, and 2 interceptions. So he'll definitely add something to us. If you have Bukayo Saka, and then you have Martinelli, and then you have Smith Rowe, Fabio Vieira, Odegaard, Pedro Neto, then I'd definitely be 100% sure we are going to get more goals. I think it was Gary Neville who said whoever is going to play against Arsenal is going to have a lot of problems marking them. It's very good to hear that when someone is talking about Arsenal, like the last 5-6 years or maybe even 10, people don't take Arsenal that seriously. But recently, especially this season, I've had even United fans, the likes of Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, saying that Arsenal will be very, very dangerous and no one would want to play against them. So if you add Pedro Neto, that would be very, very great. So that's the latest on Pedro Neto. What if you add Yuri Tielemans? What's the latest on Yuri Tielemans? According to David Ornstein's interview a couple of days ago, he did say that Arsenal are still interested in Yuri Tielemans, but we have to sell players fast. Now, sell players or get rid of players, and we are in the process of getting rid of a lot of players. I mean, other positions. Balogun has gone out on loan. The likes of Torreira about to be sold. Pablo Mari is about to be sold. Bellerin was not anywhere in the lineup the other day. Niles could be sold as well. I think Xhaka will stay. So if we got rid of all those players, Mavropanos is gone, Guendouzi, Lacazette, if we got rid of all of them, then that could pave the way for us to get Yuri Tielemans through the door. Now, the other thing is that we are playing against Leicester this weekend. So I don't know whether we are supposed to go for him before the game or wait to see how he plays against us. Will he give 100% against us, or will he actually try to score a lot of goals against us so that he can prove himself, or what would happen? Will his mind be on the game? Will Arsenal be doing the final scouting on him to get him after the game? That would be interesting. But Yuri Tielemans, according to David Ornstein, Arsenal is still in the process of getting rid of players fast and then potentially go in for Yuri Tielemans. The good thing is that none of those journalists has denied that Arsenal could potentially get Tielemans or say something like it's not in the works or anything like that. No, they're all saying that Arsenal are still waiting to bid. Arsenal still looking at him. It's taken long. He played against Brentford over the weekend. They drew 2-2. Leicester not looking good because they haven't signed any players. They could end up selling Maddison, Tielemans, Fofana. So I don't know what the plan is at Leicester, whether they're just going to stick with the same team or they're just trying to keep all these players. But Yuri Tielemans, that's the latest on him. let's hope we can still get him, because watching Arsenal the other day, all the players played well, but you can see there's a couple of positions you can definitely improve, like Granit Xhaka, the yellow card, and a couple of listen, Xhaka did very well for our second goal, but you can see, like, if you have someone else to come in the second half, or if you have Xhaka coming in the second half and you have someone else starting in the first half, then you have a very, very strong squad there. So that's the latest on Yuri Tielemans. If we don't get Yuri Tielemans and we instead get a winger, could Moussa Diaby be that guy? We've been linked to Moussa Diaby from Leverkusen. According to reports, Arsenal are very, very keen on him, and watching him is highly rated. Like all these players we are going for, Neto could probably cost us 30 to 40 million. Maybe Tielemans could cost us 25 to 30 million, and Moussa Diaby costs us a lot of money, maybe even more than 50 million. So according to reports on this one, Arsenal, Stan Kroenke has given the green light for Arsenal to pursue Bayer Leverkusen winger Moussa Diaby before the end of the transfer window to complete the attack, according to reports. So according to reports, Moussa Diaby is the guy who would come to complete our attack. So add to Saka, add to Smith Rowe, add to Gabriel Jesus. This would be the guy. Now, he's very, very good. Like last season, his returns from last season are absolutely crazy. Those are them on screen right now. Like Moussa Diaby, Bayer Leverkusen forward, linked to the late transfer to Arsenal, scored 17 goals and 13 assists last season. Now, it is the Bundesliga, we know that. So you can ask the likes of Timo Werner and all those guys. When you come to the Premier League, things are different. So even if you drop those down numbers to Premier League numbers, if you convert those, there should be a way to convert Bundesliga goals to Premier League goals. So I guess 17 goals equals maybe 8 goals in the Premier League, and 13 assists could be like maybe 6 assists or something like that. So the Premier League tax and everything. So people say they'd still prefer Guedes, but he was very, very good last season. Moussa Diaby, Guedes would be more cheaper. Personally, I still feel like we should be going for a midfielder first. I feel like we need a midfielder first, but he is very, very highly rated, and according to reports, Arsenal are looking at him as well. I definitely think we're going to sign at least another 2 players. We still have around, and today is August 8th, so the rest of the month, and then 1 day in September. So maybe around 22 days or something like that. That's 3 weeks remaining in the transfer window. We've started the season off very, very well. Now, teams that haven't started the season well, like a team like Manchester United, will have to panic buy and try to get all these players. Players like Cody Gakpo, who did very well over the weekend in the game for PSV. We are still linked with him as well. It could be one of those wingers, man. It could be Gakpo, it could be Neto, it could be Moussa Diaby. But someone like Gakpo, if PSV win their Champions League qualifying game against Monaco, the second leg, then he might want to stay there because they have Champions League football. If they don't, then we have a better chance of getting him. But then problem with players like this, when Man United are trying to now panic buy, they'll probably even give 60 million to PSV for Cody Gakpo just to relax the fans and everything. Remember, Cody Gakpo starts from last season as well. He will provide a lot, 13 assists and 12 goals. That is a lot. So it's still looking exciting. Let's hope we can keep the momentum going. I wish you'd have added a player this week just to add into that result against Crystal Palace, and then maybe get a play on deadline day. I think we'll obviously get a play on deadline day, whether it's on loan or something. But you're still expecting a lot of players to leave Arsenal between now and the end of September. Youngsters have left already. The likes of Torreira, we are still waiting for the final confirmation. The likes of Leno, all that. So that's the latest transfer news. Let's hope we can get these deals done. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Catch up with you guys on the next one.